feel that, okay, of course, the people that have, done or passed through the phase, before now, these were certain uniform associated with them. But let's just see how the whole thing will pan out. And I don't think they will totally discard the military in the entire process.
Well, some persons who like fashion might just be clamoring for the new uniform. You never know. All right, now let's quickly move over to our last newspaper for today, which is the Nigerian Tribune. And on the front page of the Tribune, this one says, plots afoot to delete ADC, bar Atiku from running media team alleges. Plot afoot to delete ADC, bar Atiku from running media team alleges. So that is Atiku's media team alleging that there is a plot to delete the African Democratic Congress and stop the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from running for presidency. Okay, and just by the side of that story, APC National Working Committee upholds appeal, replaces 8 Ondo NAS candidates. The writer there says APC presents nomination form to Senate. Reps candidates in Oyo all Ali running mate to get form Thursday. That's the story on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. And moving over to other stories, the big one says 53 years after NYC to undergo reform. And the writers there says federal government approves scheme to be civilian-led to focus on skill acquisition for Nigerian graduates. 6 weeks orientation redesign with focus on leadership, entrepreneurship, digital skills, career streams. And the other writer there says to engage in risk-sensitive deployment to protect core members. FEC directs Attorney General to amend NYC Act forward to National House of Assembly. Yes, that's the big story on the Nigeria Tribune this morning. And just below that story, INEC identifies 385 flashpoints, 200 difficult areas ahead of Osun August polls. So the Osun Guba election built to hold August this year. INEC is identifying 385 flashpoints and 200 difficult areas for it to cover. And just beneath that story, clearing agents kick over federal government's green tax surcharge on imported vehicles. And below that story on health, scientists, many have discovered how to heal damaged kidney. Scientists, many have discovered how to heal damaged kidneys. And this other story still on the Nigeria Tribune. Boko Haram attacks Borno school, abduct NECO candidates. Troops rescue 10 students. The writer there says Undume wants federal government to be proactive. 82-year-old, one other killed in fresh Plateau attacks. Okay, Austin, let's take a look at this last story, looking at the recent abduction that took place in Borno State, where NECO candidates were abducted by terrorists. This security situation in Nigeria is every day on the news headlines. We see this, and it's more like calling on the federal government over and over again. And one of the writers is asking the federal government be proactive.
Well, I think it's has become a case of one too many, and it's a sad reality. When I saw the story yesterday, read about it, I was like, okay. I think it was about barely a month ago, when, of course, there was an adoption. And as we speak, we still have that of Oyo. And it's sad that this thing has become a recurring decimal. And just as one of the writers, as Undume is saying there, the government should be proactive. But we have observed that there has always been a case of just being reactive to situations. Insecurity is failing across the nation. And I think it's about time that government has to go beyond just the knick-jack approach, to deploying intelligence and other technology to save this. So it's a sad commentary. It's a sad day for Nigeria that once again we woke up to hear about this development.
Okay, now speaking about proactivity, looking at the newly instituted state policing, how do you think this will go a long way in terms of helping us to tackle the issues of insecurity?
Yes, I think that's one of the merits of the state police, even though I don't entirely agree with trying to bring this at this point in time, looking at the political landscape of Nigeria, the terrain. But I think likely in situations like this, I think state police will go a long way in that they will have more personnel in the field. And then, of course, I think looking at the nature, I think they will have employment of individuals from that state who know virtually the inside outs of their states, and they can do deployment and apply intelligence in such a way that they will be able to, at least to a large extent, withstand some of these insurgency cases we've been experiencing.
To withstand it. I know you spoke about your reservation. What are they?
All right. Yes. For me, I would say that as a nation, looking at our political climate, as it were, we are not matured just yet. Because we've seen parastatals or agencies or machineries of government given to state governors that have over time abused. Let's take for instance the state electoral umpire, for instance. In fact, you can always predict that, okay, if you are the ruling party at the state level, just know that the opposition has no chance. So that has been abused. So I am already raising suspicion that the state government or the state governors at their various level, we take undue advantage of this to maybe use it for political witch hunts. So that's my reservation about the state policing.
Interesting. All right, I believe some persons also share that, but let's see what will definitely come out of it. And like you said, there are positive sides to this as well. We really truly look forward to the safe release of these abducted persons. And for you joining us live this morning, we also want to hear from you. Which of the stories speak to you, and which of them would you like to be a part of? Do well to drop your comments in the comment section. And as I will always say, yes, it's important that you also share this video with others so that they too can be a part of this conversation and help to keep everybody informed, because a well-informed citizen helps to make better decisions. It's on that note that we'll call it a wrap on the first segment of the show this morning. The show still continues. I remain your host, Felicia Odeji. Stay with us.
It is that season of the year again for graduation ceremony. Are you a school proprietor or proprietress in Benin City, principal or head teacher? How do you intend to celebrate your graduates in style this season? Are you looking for professional media outfits that can add glamour to your event with a touch of class? Think no further. VOS Global Media Limited, the fastest growing online station in Benin City, has solutions to your worries and standard expectations. It is a place where education meets fun. As you begin preparation for your graduation ceremony, contact us to bring your event to life and showcase your school to the world. We render the following services: event coverage, photo shoots, photo frames, red carpet shows, news coverage, and live streaming. Interestingly, these services are rendered at discounted prices for our special school promo this season. Apart from graduation ceremony, we can also cover your inter-house sports, cultural day, career guidance events, debates, quizzes, exciting excursion tours, and any other event. We are ready to showcase your events to our vast audience scattered across social media platforms. What are you waiting for? Contact us today on 0903 710 3329 or 0802 254 7837. You can also visit us at our office at 82 First.
My country people, now VOS TV Nigeria be the cocoa. We dey into ogbonge news, whether na political news or political rally for your party. We stand gidigba. Not be only that one, oh, we dey cover all kinds of events, birthday party, wedding party, ceremony coverage. Graduation ceremony. We dey even do inter-sport event coverage wey go showcase your school to many people. Even if na to cover national sport. Also, for your church event, anniversary, crusade, or harvest, we get professionals wey sabi this work well. VOS TV, then they tested, trusted, and reliable. Una fit contact us for 82 First East Circular Road, Benin City, or make una call us for this number 080-2254-7837. Make una follow us on all our social media handle.
It is that season of the year again for graduation ceremony. Are you a school proprietor or proprietress in Benin City, principal or head teacher? How do you intend to celebrate your graduates in style this season? Are you looking for professional media outfits that can add glamour to your event with a touch of class? Think no further. VOS Global Media Limited, the fastest growing online station in Benin City, has solutions to your worries and standard expectations. It is a place where education meets fun. As you begin preparation for your graduation ceremony, contact us to bring your event to life and showcase.
Thank you so much for still there with us. It is the discussion segment of the morning show. And yes, this morning we are taking a look at opposition parties and the judiciary. Yes, following a fresh legal battle that has emerged over the registration of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, the NDC, where a local High Court has set aside its earlier judgment mandating INEC to register the party. According to the court ruling, it ruled that its December 2025 judgment was reached without hearing all parties in the matter, making the ruling constitutionally defective. The judge ordered that the party return to status quo and that a substantive suit should begin afresh. Now, the case is between PMP, which is the Peace Movement Party, INEC, and the NDC. While the lawyer of PMP appraised the judgment, saying that it's important for all parties in a case to be heard and that the judge gave the right judgment. The NDC leadership has come out to condemn the judgment outrightly, noting that the judgment is more of a political witch hunt. According to the party's national leader, Senator Saraki Dixon, he said and described the judgment as fictitious official. According to him, that a court does not have the jurisdiction to sit over an appeal on the judgment that it has given. The recent update on this matter is that the Nigerian Democratic Congress has filed an appeal in the appeal court on the matter, challenging the judgment and asking for a stay of execution. What this means is that there will be a temporary stay of execution. Currently, INEC has given them the access code to upload their candidate's credential. So this morning, the big question that is on Nigerians' lips and everyone's lips is what we are asking. How does this legal battle being faced by the Nigerian Democratic Congress affect the candidacy of key political candidates like Peter Obi, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and other candidates vying for various positions in the 2027 election? And how important is it for a court to hear all parties in a judgment in a case? This is a big question we are asking this morning. And joining me to unravel this matter is a social commentator who is Mr. Johnstar Edupolo.
That's great. Right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's good to have you on the show this morning.
The pleasure is all mine.
All right. Now, Mr. Johnstar, looking at this case, and for the sake of our viewers who might not actually understand, and of course, the PMP, can you give us an overview of how this started?
either in the federal government, the local, or the state government. In a system whereby it becomes a dictatorial in a democratic state, and make their representation known so that individuals, voters, can vote accordingly to their choices. In a system whereby you have no choices, that is only one party dominated, it becomes a dictatorial, aggressive society should be anticipated. The matter that we have here, inasmuch as NDC believe that this is a political party or a viable candidate like Peter Obi or all the other people that they have lined up as gubernatorial candidate or senatorial candidate like ward councils, it is unfair for anyone to set aside such judgment if the court have heard and the court believe that NDC has the right to be heard because NDC already have the matter in the Court of Appeal. If the Court of Appeal has not made a ruling dismissing what they have brought before Court of Appeal, it is very important that the nation and the citizen understands that the right for NDC to exist is the right for a democratic and fair system.
All right. I love that, what you explained, that it's important that all parties are given the chance to be represented.
Sure.
However, the court is saying that the reason why it reversed its previous judgment is because one of the parties in the case, which is the PMP, the Peace Movement Party, that is alleging that its logo, which is the hand symbol, is being used by NDC. It was not part of the case initially. And according to the judge, it says it is constitutionally right for every party to be heard in a case. And that is why he tagged it, constitutionally defective and asking the parties to return to status quo.
Right.
So I want you to explain, how important is it that in a case for every party to be heard? Is it constitutional or not?
All right. It is indeed constitutional for all parties to be heard. Now, if you're talking about a trademark or registration of a logo or a sign, like you indicated, the Nigerian Trademark Commission, and if you understand how this works, if you have a sign, like you just indicated, the hands signs, indicating some kind of maybe a peace sign or whatever it actually means. It depends on each interpretation of what that sign means. Now, if it has not been trademarked by the party that is claiming to have rights over it, then that assumption and claim that it is only mine that can make that sign. You and I can make sign anytime. You know, you can make this sign that it means, some people might interpret that sign that you're talking to God. And it also can mean that you are saying you are number one, or you are saying you are first, or you are the best. So signs does not belong to anyone in particular, except you have the trademark right over it. So if you have a logo, signs, trademark, and registration are copyright issues. Copyright issues, in fact, that you have to file those, that create it, affix it, and you submit it with the Copyright Commission. If you have a certificate that now gives you the right over that designation, then any other person using it will be a breach of your copyright law, of your copyright. So it will be an infringement on your right that you own that pattern. So pattern, trademark, and copyright, as well as registration, are things people need to understand. If you don't go to the Trademark Commission to register a sign or logo or a picture, it is not yet yours. It can be used by everybody. So, like I just indicated, I can put a sign saying that sign that, NDC is now using or have used or intend to use or want to continue to use. The opposition party or the party that is filing the claim that NDC owned that sign.
I love what you said.
That is not what I've seen thus far.
You said they have to.
Yes.
And the court is saying that when the December 2025 judgment took place, that the party were not involved in the case.
Okay.
And that because of that was why they had to reverse the judgment.
Right.
So from your perspective, how valid is that argument? Because that's
Courts represented on both sides, the plaintiff and the defendant. Now, if you have someone allege or file a claim or file a petition of some sort of claim, and the petitioner has all the evidence to back it up, the judge will make a ruling supporting the petitioner if both parties are represented legally by their lawyers. If the judge sees that this petitioner has all the legal backing, the judge is going to rule in support and in favor or make an order just to put a stamp that the petitioner is right. In the case that that petitioner matter that has already been judged or decided is being appealed, until the appeal is finalized, nobody actually has the right over that particular designation. Like what you're saying now. If you are talking about that sign, that peace sign that you're saying, the court is right by saying we're going to set this aside and go back to status quo to see where the argument is so that they can be able to make adjudication and make the right judgment, because it is now being appealed by NDC. So because it's been appealed by NDC, everything that you have or the ruling they've made before is now set aside temporarily. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Now, still speaking on appeal and court judgment, the party's national leader, Senator Seraki Dixon, described the judgment as fictitious official, meaning that the High Court did not have the jurisdiction to sit over the matter.
Right.
How viable is his argument?
Jurisdiction are always issues that you have to look at in a relative manner. Every walks of life has certain courts and certain jurisdiction that covers them. If you have a matter of, for example, a tenancy matter, you cannot take it to industrial court. Industrial court are responsible for things like trademarks, patents, musical talent, music writings, books, and stuff like that. So if the court is saying that they've made a ruling and there is an appeal still pending, but someone else is contesting what the judge is saying or the judge ruling at this particular time, says let everything go back to status quo, the court is now been appealed, but someone is raising an issue saying that the court should have not even been talking or discussing this matter because it doesn't have jurisdiction. If the court did not have jurisdiction, the matter would have not been heard by the court. The court is not naive of jurisdiction. And if that is the case, the matter will be dismissed based on lack of jurisdiction eventually.
So you're saying that Seraki Dix's argument is not viable, being that the court is aware of its jurisdiction?
I don't know whoever is advising, his legal advisor, but when court make rulings, court make adjudication based on the fact, on the premise first that they have jurisdiction over the matter. If not, they will not make a ruling.
All right, so that is settled. All right, now the big question that Nigerians are asking, looking at this legal battle, what implication does it have for NDC's candidates, the likes of Peter Obi, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and others who have already gone through the primaries, bought their nomination form, and looking forward toward contesting in the 2027 general elections?
I really appreciate that question because, like I indicated, I started by saying to have a viable and a progressive society, the country or the state or the locality should have parties, not just one party. A one-party system is dictatorial. And thank God we don't live in a time of just monarchy, like kings rules the federal government. Now, for that reason, if we don't have a chance for all party to be viable, Kwankwaso or Peter Obi will not have a chance to be able to make representation or appeal to individuals that would have loved to vote for them. So that would be a dilemma, and it will be
Wrap up. Usually when cases like this come up, there is always the accusation it's a political witch hunt.
Right.
Just like a similar case, I'll draw comparison, is the ADC legal battle that went on for a few months.
Right.
Now, how can Nigerians be able to tell the difference between genuine legal battles and political witch hunting of political parties or the opposition?
Once again, I appreciate that question. Nigeria is the most populous black nation. And I mean, the GDP of Nigeria and the economy of Nigeria rank as #1 for any state that have individuals that are black. Nigeria is a viable society, or will be a viable society and progressive society, if Nigeria give chances for people to have alternatives. That means either this or that. If it's just only this that we have, that is what I have used the word severally, dictatorial. Dictatorial is not what brings progress. I believe that Nigerians should be given a chance to have all this alternative, which is Peter Obi and Kwankwaso and every other party, including ADC and Kwankwaso, and every other party, including ADC, NDC, PMP, all this party, to be viable. Okay. They should be given a chance to strive so that Nigerians can have alternatives.
Okay.
They can be able to choose who they rather as a candidate.
Oh, all right, that's beautiful. Now, finally, to other political parties, both those currently running for the 2027 election and even those who might feel they want to be a part of political parties in the future, what lessons can they draw from this legal battle that NDC is currently facing?
The issue that we're having here are issues that literally is all over the world. I don't know if you understand that someone like Donald Trump, before he became the president of America, he was dealing with several legal battles.
Okay.
Several. I don't know if you know that. There were literally litigation everywhere, indictment everywhere. And sometimes it's just voter suppression. And it's oppression of other candidates. I believe Nigeria should learn from that.
Okay.
That people should be given, the Nigerian citizens should be given a chance for a viable society to reign, whereby there are several alternatives, either this or that, either dark skin or light skin, either mango or orange. People be able to pick and choose who they want as their leaders.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. John Dopolo, for coming to the show to share your insight this morning.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing time. All right, and to you viewers, the conversation has been around the legal battle that the Nigerian Democratic Congress is currently facing over its registration. And the big question is, what implication does it have for the candidacy of persons like Peter Obi, Kwan Kwaso, and others who are contesting under this party? Do well to drop your comments in the comment section and be a part of this conversation. And this is where we'll call it a wrap on the discussion segment. Coming up next is our business segment. Do stay.
Thank you so much.
It is that season of the year again for graduation ceremony. Are you a school proprietor or proprietress in Benin City, principal or head teacher? How do you intend to celebrate your graduates in style this season? Are you looking for professional media outfits that can add glamour to your event with a touch of class? Think no further. VOS Global Media Limited, the fastest growing online station in Benin City to the world. We render the following services: event coverage, photo shoots, photo frames, red carpet shows, news coverage, and live streaming. Interestingly, these services are rendered at discounted prices for our special school promo this season. Apart from graduation ceremony, we can also cover your inter-house sports, cultural day, career guidance events, debates, quizzes, exciting excursion tours,
and welcome to Business News. I am Chizaram Ikechukwu. In the news, this during a management retreat for agencies under the ministry, where she stressed the need to translate government policies, viewed that capital importation rose to about $21 billion within the first 10 months of 2025, while non-oil exports surpassed $6.1 billion, reflecting progress in the country's drive to diversify its economy. Also, in a move to support small businesses, the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, has launched a 500 million zero-interest growth fund for micro, small, and medium enterprises. Director General of the agency, Charles Odi, announced the initiative in Abuja during activities marking SME Day, saying the intervention is aimed at improving access to affordable financing and empowering small businesses to expand their operations. However, despite improvements in trade performance and fresh support for businesses, the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, has warned that export rerouting through neighboring ports, despite recording a 7-point movement to strengthen local quality certification system, improve port operations, and simplify export procedure to enable exporters ship their products directly from Nigeria. And finally, the Nigerian stock market extended its losing streak for a second consecutive week as investors lost more than 2.4 trillion naira to continued profit-taking. Market analyst says the decline reflects a period of consolidation after months of strong gains, with investors taking profit while awaiting half-year corporate earnings, dividend declaration, and other macroeconomic indicators. Selling pressure was most evident in oil and gas as well as banking stock, contributing to the decline in Nigerian Exchange All Share Index. And that's business news.
Thank you so much, Chizaram Ikechukwu, for that comprehensive business report this morning. And it's on that note that we'll call it a wrap on this morning's show on Dawn on VOS TV. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Austin Ayani, we see your comments there. Yes, and every other person who dropped their comments, thank you so much for your comments this morning. And it's on that note we call it a wrap. Thank you and bye for now.
It is that season of the year again for graduation ceremony. Are you a school proprietor or proprietress in Benin City, principal or head teacher? How do you